74 months, 1200 frauds, 11,000 crores. This is the story of another Modi, a notoriously famous Modi, which has caused one of the greatest scams over the last decade and almost broke one of India's big banks, the PNB, Punjab National Bank. This is Nirav Modi's story. So before I get into the actual scam, first of all, if I say Modi by any chance, in this video when I say Modi, I'll mean Nirav Modi. Also, this video is more about the essence of this scam. We're not going to get into too much of the technical details because I want everybody here to understand basically what the scam is. As most of you all know, Rashesh is the one who helps with content. He also designed it in such a way that the main understanding of how the scam and this fraud took place, that should be told to everybody. So, details if anybody wants, we can always do it much more in depth in a later video. Now, before the scam details, let me give you a little background on Nirav Modi's origin. Nirav Modi was born in Gujarat and he was brought up in Belgium, and in 1989 he was brought to India, to Bombay, to work at Gitanjali, which is one of the biggest mammoth diamond companies, under his uncle who was heading it, Mehul Choksi. Mehul Choksi has a huge, he was part of this whole, at least his name was dragged into the scam quite a lot. Again, time for a story for another time. So Nirav Modi came to India. 10 years he worked under Mehul Choksi, and in 1999 he started his own company called Firestone, which is now known as Firestone International, and it basically grew quite fast and across the world. It had 17 stores. So what exactly what is this scam? First I'm going to tell you about what normally happens, and then we'll discuss about what Nirav Modi did. So what normally happens ideally in the diamond industry. Now I'm going to give you all a couple of things. Please, just keep track of what I'm saying, right? Let's say you are a diamond person, you work in the diamond industry in Bombay. You want to import diamonds from somebody, let's say from Hong Kong. Now, how it works is, if you want you want diamonds, you have to pay. Let's say you want diamonds worth of 10 crores. This person is ready to sell, but you all don't know each other. So he is very skeptical that what if I ship my diamonds, you get them, and then you don't land up paying, right? So there has to be some way to make it more comfortable for everybody. So there are two things which you need to know in this. Number one is called credit period, and the second part is known as collateral. So I'm going to explain the way it works. First of all, it's not like a retail transaction where the minute you get the diamonds, you pay, you make a bank transaction and 10 crores go to him. It doesn't work like that. First of all, you will go to your bank. Okay, let's call it Bank of India. You know your bank, you have an account there, you've been doing all your business with this bank. That's your bank. The Hong Kong fellow has, let's hypothetically call it Bank of Hong Kong. That's his bank. Now, what happens is, in a normal rate, he'll send you the diamonds and you need to pay him after typically 30, 60 or 90 days. In our example, let's use 30 days. So he sends it to you, you have to pay him after 30 days, and he's not sure if you'll pay him after 30 days. So what the transaction is you go to Bank of India and you tell Bank of India, listen, here I am buying diamonds of 10 crores. You please pay Bank of Hong Kong 10 crores right now. In 30 days, you will pay Bank of India the 10 crores. Now the Bank of India says, okay, it calls up Bank of Hong Kong and says, here, this is 10 crore. Please pay your fellow who is selling the diamond. Please pay him 10 crores after 30 days. Okay, what happened now? If the Bank of India agrees to pay Bank of Hong Kong, the Hong Kong fellow is now much more relaxed. He knows the bank has the money, right? So it's much easier for him to send it to you. There is familiarity with the bank, there is security with the bank. He doesn't have to come to India to fight if you don't pay him. The bank is going to give him after 30 days. So he's ready to ship the diamond. You get the diamond, you can go and you can work. And after 30 days, you need to pay Bank of India with a little bit of interest. So everyone's happy, right? You get your diamonds, the Hong Kong fellow gets his money, and the banks are basically making money on interest. So this is how the entire transaction works normally. Now, Bank of India is at risk in case you actually after 30 days don't land up paying them 10 crores. So Bank of India says, I want collateral. Collateral means they want some form of security that if you don't land up paying by Bank of India, they still have the 10 crores. So collateral can be literally anything, right? Think of it, it can be any asset. So it can be, you might be having properties, you might be having investments in, could be shares and things like that. As long as it is enough in value for the Bank of India to know that, okay, this guy will pay me 10 crores because otherwise I will take his asset and that will make up for the 10 crores. So collateral is very important. Only then will the Bank of India pay Bank of Hong Kong. Bank of Hong Kong will guarantee the Hong Kong seller, and that's how you get the diamonds. This is what a clean trade is. Now, what actually happened with Nirav Modi? So in this case, Nirav Modi's bank is Punjab National Bank. Now, he should have, now assume Nirav Modi ideally would give collateral to PNB. PNB would say, okay, fine, if Nirav Modi doesn't pay me, I will take his collateral and it will be enough for me. And accordingly, PNB would pay whichever country's bank Nirav Modi is transacting with. I hope you all are following, right? So, as long as Nirav Modi gives some collateral, the bank has its money. Then whether after 30 days, 60 days after the credit period, Nirav Modi actually pays the cash which the bank lent, he gets his collateral back. Otherwise, they keep the collateral. Now, Nirav Modi colluded. Colluded means he did this scam with two top level people at PNB. And what they did is, they basically told Nirav Modi, do one thing, don't worry, don't give us collateral, okay? We will make the payment to the bank, to the foreign banks, and we won't record it in such a way that unless somebody really digs in deep, they'll not realize only that money is going from PNB to other banks and Nirav Modi after the credit period is not paying the banks. So suddenly, Nirav Modi basically, it's like he had unlimited money to keep paying other banks. He kept on getting diamonds, kept on doing work, but he never paid for them. He just kept on getting diamonds and selling them in a way that he kept on making money, but he never paid. Imagine you keep on selling things without ever buying them. Means there's no outflow, there's only inflow. That's what happened with Nirav Modi. So the PNB people, the two people he was colluding with, he must have obviously paid them heftily. Imagine in 74 months, the bank kept on paying other people 11,000 crores, other banks, 11,000 crores, which ideally Nirav Modi should have, after the banks paid, he got his diamonds, he sold them, he should have paid the banks this much money. Didn't happen. That is the scam that took place. Nirav Modi got unlimited, it's like he got the money of PNB without paying for it. Imagine. So he kept on buying, he kept on taking PNB's money, kept on giving other different banks, totally summing up to 11,000 crores. And he kept on doing that. How did he continue this? That's what blows everybody's mind, right? There were a lot of technical aspects to this. So there is this whole understanding about SWIFT, SWIFT, the transaction method. It's a little, we are not getting into all of that, but yeah, the more you dig deep, you'll be shocked at how deep it needs to be for this to be taking place smoothly. So this went on for years, right? 74 months, that is like over 6 years. How did it stop? The two top people, apparently, one of them retired and was replaced. The replacement was a clean guy, he was not colluding. But for some reason, Nirav Modi's, team or people, whatever, they tried the next transaction without realizing that one of the two men have retired and there's a replacement. So the replaced guy got this thing that, listen, they want to send some more, PNB has to send some more money on Nirav Modi's behalf. This new guy said, okay, I'll send it, I need collateral. Because that's how a normal transaction works. Modi has to give them collateral before they actually send money. Nirav Modi's team said, we've been doing these kind of transactions for years, we don't ever give collateral. And this other second guy, the new guy, the clean guy, got suspicious and he started digging. The minute he started digging, he realized what has been happening. Money has been going out of PNB on behalf of Modi, but it has not been recorded at all. Nirav Modi was nowhere recording this transaction. I mean, PNB was not recording this on behalf of Nirav Modi at all. And they dug, and that is how the entire scam came to light. So, this is sort of the story. And then obviously what happened? Punjab National Bank from I think it was 175 if I'm not wrong, plummeted. Today, if you check, today is 28th July, just check, it's 32 rupees, right? 175 to 32. Bank is crashing. After the PNB scam, PNB did a lot of recovery for other things as well. But this brought the bank from where it was right down. Nirav Modi flew, or you can say fled to the UK for asylum, and all his assets from his stores and his diamonds all got frozen, and that itself was worth around I think 6,000 CR. Plus the bank, so from the 6,000 the banks, the PNB bank, and they can recover maybe 4,000, 5,000, I don't know how much. They can recover part of it. Plus his properties and this and that. So they're recovering partial amounts of what the scam was. But this, right, not having collateral given, banks not recording it, was the reason that so much of public's, and by the way, the bank's money is not coming from RBI. They keep taking money from people like you and me who deposit thinking that PNB is a good bank. How many people's money was actually used in a fraudulent manner because of this Nirav Modi scam? So I hope that you guys understand the essence of this scam. It's unfortunate that these things happen, and imagine we unfold these things once in a while. Let's pray and hope that it doesn't happen so much that so many must even be going unnoticed. So if there is any other scam or fraud which you would like to understand more about, please let us know. And if by any chance you'd like to know the actual technical details of the Nirav Modi scam, it can go much longer. If that's the case, we can make on that also.